Om. 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 Om Bhadram Karnevi Shrudayama Deva Bhadram Pashe Makshabhirya Jatra Tirairangai Stuishtovagam Sastanubhi Veshema Deva Itayadayu Swasti na Indro Vruddashrava Swasti na Pusha Vishwaveda Swasti nastarsho arishtanemi swasti no brahaspati dadatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Mundakopanishad, third Mundaka, first Khanda, seventh mantra. So far, what is this Akshara Brahma? With the means to know it was described in detail. And yet, because the nature of Brahma is very difficult to know, the same thing is being described from different standpoints so that the Mumukshu can know, at least from one angle or the other, what exactly is this Brahma. So here, the nature of Brahma as abiding in our Hridaya is being described. Hrista Brahma Swarupa. Hridisitam Brahma Swarupa. Brahma abiding in our Hridaya. Which Hridaya? Which heart? Yes, physical heart only. How come? This physical heart is the seat of our Antakarna. It is a location where Antakarna is available. In that Antakarna, also called Buddhi Guha, cave of intellect, Buddhi Guha. In that Antakarna, or in that Buddhi, which is made up of the subtle sattvic contents of Pancha Mahabhutas, space, air, fire, water, earth. From its sattvic content, when they are in the apanchikrita swarupa, when they are in non-grossified form, nascent form, called tanmatras, the aggregate of it goes into the making of this, what is called Antakarna or Buddhi Guha. In that, there is the capacity to reflect, as it were, the Chaitanya, Sarvayapi Chaitanya, the all-pervasive Chit Chaitanya, the pure conscious principle, as a result of which this Antakarna appears exactly like what? Atma Sarupa, Chaitanya Sarupa, Brahma. by nature. But unfortunately, we have distorted it because of our desires. We'll see afterwards. So, just light, sunlight may be everywhere, but it gets reflected where there is smooth surface for reflection. So there it is available. Otherwise, how it is available? In terms of sentience, sachetanata, or chidabhasa. As a result, the antakarana has got a semblance to the sentience principle, such as it is not perceptible because it has no shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Otherwise, our friends, with the cardiovascular surgeons may claim that, look, every day I am opening 2-3 hearts for surgery. Nowhere Atma Chaitanya is seen. It is, my dear sir, imperceptible. It is atindriya. It is beyond the range of sense organs, jnanendriyas. If shabda, sound, sparsha, touch, rupa, form, rasa, taste, gandha, smell, either all or any of them, were the intrinsic feature of Chaitanya, certainly depending on which attribute it has got, you can perceive Chaitanya. It is not so, not only not so, it is a very basic principle which enables the jnanendriyas, the sense organs, to function. Even this mind by itself is an inert instrument and made to function because of Chaitanya. It cannot be the object of them. The very subject which enables them is the one Chaitanya. So therefore, though available in the Hridaya, it is not directly perceptible. So that is how now described. We have seen Brahat Chata Divya Machintya Rupa. Brahat, biggest, because it is all pervasive. What do you mean by all pervasive? Sarvavyapi? We know the Akasha, the space is all pervasive. It is not confined by space. Spatial, the spatil. Limitation is not there. Space-wise limitation is not there. But this is something which is much more pervasive than the space. Among the entities known to us, the all-pervasive entity is only space, Akasha. But Brahma is even beyond that. How come? Because the so-called Srishti, the so-called cosmos, containing innumerable Brahmandas, the territories ruled over by a Brahmaji, innumerable, is and put together, Pado Savishwa Bhutani Tripadasyamrutam Divi. Pada, don't take little than 1/4. Just a little portion of what? The Brahma which is otherwise available. It is beyond the capacity of our intellect to conceive the all-pervasiveness of Brahma. So, but in terms of the words, we have to use the word Brahma because the biggest, bigger than which there is nothing. So, Brahma, Brahma. At the same time, it is Divyam. Divyam means here, not divine, something like that, which is Swaprabham, Swaprakasham, Swayam Jyoti, what we call a self-evident principle, self-knowing principle, self-experiencing principle. It doesn't need anything else to make it known or experience. Just as na deepasya anya deepecha. To see or to reveal an non-luminous object, aprakasha. Non-luminous object in the sense which has no light as its intrinsic characteristic principle. To see it, to reveal it, we need the light principle. But to see or reveal the lamp which emits light, the sun, which is self-luminous, you don't need another source of light. Na deepasya anya deepecha. Elsewhere, in Adubhuti Prakasha, Vidyaramani makes a statement. Swaprabhe na mana apeksha. In the case of the entity, which is Swaprabha. Swaprabha means Swaprakasha. Swayam Jyoti itself is knowledge principle. Mana apeksha na. Dependence on any pramana, mana means pramana, is not there. To know an inert entity, pramana is necessary. But not to know the one which is self is knowledge principle. That is why I am, which is universal experience. It is so in the case of animals, etc., though they may not be able to express it in terms of words, but they do experience it. I am. Which pramana did you use? Did you use the eyes to see? Not visible. Did you use the ears to hear? No sound. Did you use the nose to smell? No, this word. Smell. Did you use the tongue to taste? No taste. Then what is it? Did you use the sense of touch? No touch. Which can you use? No. Mind. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasata. Mind bounces back without being able to objectify. So it is self-evident. We say, I am. Always not. But problem is not that I am or I am not. What we take or experience as I am is totally contrary to what I am in reality. Even you don't need Vedanta or Upanishad to know I am. But what has happened is, what I am that I experience now 24/7 is what is called Sopadhika Aham. Me Chaitanya mixed with Upadhis and their features. And these Upadhis and their features are the ones which breed the sorrows for samsara. They are the ones, because of what you do, you get subjected to Janma, Marana, Janma, Marana, Janma, Marana, cycle of birth and death. That's why Bhagavan Krishna told the Jagat as what? Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Alaya, storehouse. Like a Bhojanalaya means what? A restaurant. Vachanalaya, library. Rugnalaya, hospital. So it was Dukkhalaya. This is a place where replete, endless sorrows are available. Ashashvatam, transient, passing, momentary in nature. This is the nature of Jagat, and which is described by who? None other than Bhagavan Krishna. Do we give any heed to this, which is told to us by Bhagavan? We adore Bhagavan Krishna. We worship him. We go on pilgrimage, etc. But in spite of so-called devotion and so-called Shraddha, not Shraddha Pakka, so-called Shraddha, we try to what? Sidetrack it or neglect it. That means our Shraddha is not adequate, is not at sufficient. Some Shraddha is there, but not sufficient. Again, this is Anityam Asukam Lokam. This loka is what? Impermanent. Asukha, truly there is no happiness. And we are expecting in such loka world, Nitya Sukha. And afterwards what? Complain to Bhagavan. Oh Bhagavanta, don't you know in what light I am suffering, etc. Bhagavan says, have it. You didn't listen to me when I told you. Why are you crying now? You ordered, have it. Bhagavan also will disown you. The Shraddha must be proper. So therefore here, this Chaitanya, Akshara Brahma, is Saprabha, self-evident principle. But we, on account of ignorance and the consequent erroneous notion, have mistaken the embodiment's I, and we suffer the limitations, sorrows, tensions, confusions, rebirth, etc., pertaining to what? The embodiment. Otherwise it is Divyam. Nirupadhika is Divya. So therefore, we don't need pramana to prove I am. But we need pramana Vedanta to know what I am in reality, totally free from all the sorrows mistakenly assumed by me as my feature. So therefore it is Divyam. And being free from, what is that? This Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. It is Achintya Rupam. Achintya Rupa means one whose nature is inconceivable. In other words, it means it is something na indriya gocharam. Chaitanya me is something imperceptible, not perceptible to the sense organs, eyes, ear, nose, tongue, touch. It is what? Na indriya gocharam. That is what? And which is not perceptible. Your mind cannot think of it. Mind can think of in terms of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Gandha, or silence. Not silent, not thinking, but be in silence. So here it is, Achintya Rupam, Sukshmacha Tat, Sukshmataram Vibhati, Tat, that Akshara Brahma. Sukshmat, then any subtle entity you can conceive. And what is that we can conceive? Akasha. Akasha. It is more subtle than even the space, which is more subtle as far as our perception is concerned. Sukshmat. Sukshataram means it is being the cause of even the Akasha, more subtle in the sense, even that one guna of Shabda or sound, which is unique feature of Akasha, is not there in it. See, out of 5 elements, Panchamahabhutas, Prithvi is the grossest because it has got 5 gunas. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Up, water, taste goes. Taste is there. Smell goes. 4 gunas. That is taste, form, touch and sound. Fire, taste gone, smell gone. What is there? Only form, touch and sound. Vayu, form also gone. Sound, taste gone. Only touch and sound. Space, touch also gone. Only the sound. So, Prithvi, earth, the grossest, and among available elements, Akasha is a subtle because only one Shabda is Guna. Whereas in Chaitanya, Brahma, even the created Akasha is not there. It has not even the Shabda sound as its intrinsic feature. And therefore, most subtle means it is Nirguna. Ashabdam asparsham arupam avyam tata arasam agandham Katopanishad. Free from Shabda Sparsha, etc. So that being the case, it is not available for Jnanendriyas. And what is not perceptibly available, the mind cannot think of it. So therefore it is Achintya. Sukshma, Sukshmataram is the cause of entire cosmos. And it is Vibhati. So Vibhati. Vividam Bhati. That Akshara, Sarvayapi, Chaitanya, all pervasive, pure conscious principle is what? All pervasive. Vividam Bhati. Itself appears as diverse, manifold in terms of sun, moon, stars, vegetation, human, deities, rakshasas, animals, all. It appears as entire cosmos with all varieties of things, objects, and beings. There is nothing in the entire Srishti creation divorced from, independent of this Chaitanya Brahma, Akshara Brahma. So it is Vividham, Aditya Chandradi, sun, moon, stars, etc. The manifold ways appears same Chaitanya Akshara Brahma. But truly it is not so. Because even when it appears as the manifold, pluralistic, Dvaita Rupa, Jagat, it is one and the same homogeneous mass of consciousness, undisturbed, like the huge columns of water below the surface of the ocean. On the ocean, the upper surface, waves, breakers, and all these are there. But deep beneath is the undisturbed, huge columns of water. So also, in this Sarvyapi, Ananta, Chaitanya, only at the surface level, something called Srishti, creation appears. But truly speaking, it is all the time same without any change. So, but appears at what? Vibhati, manifold ways. Why should it happen? Why should it appear? And we have to suffer the samsara. And then you say, study Vedanta, develop Vairagya, take to Dhyana. Why all this? Who has to answer this? You have to answer. Why? Who wanted the Jagat? Who wants the things in the world? Ishvara. Ishvara is not bothered. He is Purna. Name Parthase Kartayam Dishloke Kinjana. Nanavaptam Avaptavya. There is nothing that is not gained. There is nothing needs to be gained for Bhagavan. Paramanda Sarupa. No trace of sorrow. What he wants. No. But you wanted because of ignorance and fulfillment desire, and Ishvara, being what it is, had to provide it. And therefore, on your demand, or demand of all jivas, Ishvara provide the Jagat. And we continue in that. But Ishvara knows the danger. So he fulfills your desire, but one day perhaps you may come to your senses. At that time, you must be capable of discovering Swarupa. So therefore, without your order, he has kept a provision there. What is the provision? The provision of, or the capability of withdrawing the mind along with the senses from its preoccupation in the Jagat, and thereby gain that frame of mind wherein your Swarupa, Paramananda Chaitanya Swarupa, totally free from any mistakenly superimposed features of the Jagat, appears in its true nature. So that provision he has kept. And that is why Vedanta, Upanishad, and teaching of Bhagavan in avatars, etc., help us to rediscover our Swarupa, provided we are serious about it. Ball is in our court. Bhagavan has done what needs to be done. He has provided opportunities. But it is we who have to make best use of it. It is Vibhati, one and the same. It appears as what? The manifold Jagat. And the nature of the Akshara Brahma is what? Dura Sudure. It is Dura Sudure for a person who is ignorant and who whose mind is always engrossed in the Vishaya sense object. This Brahma is what? Farther than the farthest. Think of it. Brahma is Sarvavyapi. It is Nitya. And yet, for this ignorant person, its existence itself is not known. Leave aside knowing what is nature. Such a thing exists itself is not known. See, a Sarvavyapi, the entity which is all pervasive, must necessarily be here. The entity which is Nitya must be available now. Do you know? No. We don't know its existence. Dura Sudure is farther than the farthest. At the same time, for Jnanis who know the Swarupa, Tad Iha Antikecha. That Brahma is Iha. Iha means what? In this body. Antikecha. Samipe. Proximate. Not even proximate, nearby. Verily myself. Myself itself. Verily myself itself. The I. For a Jnani. Can you ever think of anything which is independent of Chaitanya? Think. Is it ever possible? Chaitanya is the very basis of entire creation, whether Utpatti, birth, Sthiti, continuance, or destruction. See, when you say our life, what you mean by life? I hope you know this. Life is a continuous series of experiences. Santata Anubhava Dhara. A continuous series of experiences. There is not a single moment in our life wherein one or other experience is not there. If experience is not there, that individual has left the specific body he or she was wielding till now. Somewhere departed. Papa chale gaya. With chale gaya, with a jiva. With a jiva, the locus of Sukshma Sharira, with all samskaras of individuality. That is illumined by who? Chaitanya. Wherever it goes, Chaitanya being all pervasive, it is what sentient. Of course, when one transmigrates, one leaves the embodiment, earlier one, and goes to the next embodiment, at that time, Bhagavan has kept it in a condition of sur, murcha. It doesn't explain anything. A lot of pains are involved. Once it reaches, it develops that embodiment. Actually, for a jiva, at the final lap of his life, when he is about to leave, this is what is called as pradyota. Illumination in the sense, the light in the sense, it becomes aware of the next embodiment. And by the laws of Ishvara, it travels. At the time, he is not aware. So therefore, this I, that Chaitanya, me, self-evidently available, that is me, Chaitanya. Who knows? Jnani knows. Ajnani knows it not at all. For him, it is farther and the farthest. For this person, not even Antike, near. Verily, I. And therefore, for a person, with a person, with a jnani, iha eva pachyatsu, the one who knows. Seeing means knowing. Iha eva, where iha? In this embodiment which is available as sentient entity, that very sentience principle, because of which inert embodiment appears as what? A glow with Chaitanya. So that in that, Pashatsu means in and through all activities, in and through all perceptions, in and through all varieties of experience. The Jnani knows what? Me as a Sakshi. Me as the Chaitanya which makes known all these. Me as Chaitanya which makes one experience all these varieties of experiences which are presented to us by antakarana vrittis, thought channels, thought patterns. So for Jnani, right now here, the one who is Sakshi, that is, directly makes it known without the dependence on anything else whatsoever. Is what here, and he knows Pashat. For them, where is it available? Guhayam nihitam. Nihitam. It is placed. It's placed where Guhayam. Guha is Buddhi Guha. Means yogis. Now see, look here. The moment I say yogi, don't jump to Patanjali Yoga. One of them. Those are taken to sadhanas as given by Adhyatma Shastra have mastered that mind, withdrawn the mind from its preoccupation the Vishayas, and made it get absorbed in the Chaitanya Swarupa Atma. These yogis mean those who have got Samahita Chitta, very quiet and composed mind. Again, those who have already taken to Shravana, Manana, and now they are engaged in Nididhyasana, Dhyana, Chintana of Atma Swarupa. So by this, it is what? Seen, experience, directly known, right now here in this body. Otherwise, for an Ajnani, it is what? Durat Sudure. Something which is farther and the farthest. Again, the Upanishads, the Acharya in the Upanishad, being not content with what has taught so far, he is giving us, not that he has not given earlier, again a different form. The unique means, unique sadhana by which this Brahma Sarupa can be directly known. That is, this can be known by Vishuddha Antakarana, by accomplishing Vishuddha, very pure Antakarana Buddhi, whereby one can take to Dhyana, Chintana of Swarupa, which is bound to reveal one's Swarupa. Mantra 8. Na chakshusha grihati napi vacha na anyaihi devaihi tapasa karmana va jnana prasadena vishuddha sattva tatastu tam pashyate nishkalam dhyayamana. This Brahma, Akshara Brahma, is Atma itself. Chakshusha nagrihati. One cannot see it by the eyes. It cannot be seen by the eyes. Why? It has no form. Arupa. It is formless. Eyes can see only form. Again, not any form. The form which fits in its capacity. See, it has become a fashion, or what you say, our mind is carried away by the glamour of science and technology, and many claim there is nothing superior to it. But have we ever thought of it that what science can deal with is only that is available for our direct perception, only that we can see, hear, taste, touch, smell, either directly or enhanced by scientific gadgets like telescope, you can see, microscope, you can see, very subtle, but perceptibly available. And what is perceptibly available to us is again limited because of our capacities of these senses are limited. How? See, we see by the eyes. What we see, which can be illumined by our present light, sunlight, which fits in the category of what is called Vibgyan. What is Vibgyan? Take a beam of sunlight, make it pass through a prism. 7 colors come there. Light, one homogeneous, 7 colors. Something which is beyond this, our eyes cannot capture. Suppose, okay, our eyes, which are tuned to this light, are, suppose, okay, we'll say, suppose the eyes are tuned to X-ray wavelength. What will you see and what will I see? You'll see in front of you a skeleton opening and closing the jaws, and some skeleton making movements. And what will I see? So many skeletons making movement in front of me. Bhoot Bangla. They say Bhoot Bangla. That is true or this is true? Have you seen a vulture so high in the sky? Its eyes can see even the tiny things on the ground. Its range is more. Ours are limited. Sound. Cat or a dog can hear even the face rustling sound. Rustling sound means faint sound of leaves getting drifted away, which human ear will not be able to, because our ears can hear only those sounds which are within the limited range of its audible capacity, audible pitch. Either below or above it can't. It seems olden days, I don't know what is there. Police used to use a whistle whose pitch used to be higher than that of human audible capacity. But it can be heard by the dog. So they want to catch a thief. The whistle. The thief cannot listen. Dog listens and cages. Today's man, what that is, so it is a fact. So what is true? That is true or this is true? They say, your eyes deceive. You know, there Marathi there is a statement. Dista tasa nasta म्हणून जग पसतं. That is a different context said. The world is not as it appears to be or perceived. Therefore, what people get cheated. This is true. Satyam is not true. We have to suffer because of wrong notion. So therefore, this cannot be seen by the eyes. Means it's not simply eyes. It cannot be perceived by any sense organ of jnanendriyas. Napi vacha grihati. Also, it cannot be the object of any organs of action. Because here, vacha grihati means you cannot name it by any word. What is called? It's called avacha. Not speakable. You can't speak like this because the words cannot capture it. It's something which the words cannot describe. What can the word describe? We have seen in some other context. A thing which has got jati, species, words can describe. A thing which has got guna, features, words can describe. A thing which has got kriya, action, movement, words can describe. A thing which has got sambandha, relation, it can describe. Atma, Brahma, has no jati, species. What is species? It is a common feature, any of many members belong to the same category. Cows, innumerable cows with different shape, different color, different body strength, etc. are there. But cowness, the state of being a cow is one jati, cow jati. Like there are not many members of Akshar Brahma, and Akshar Brahma is the one jati. It cannot be. Words cannot describe that. Guna, feature, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. None of them. It cannot describe. Karma, Kriya, activities. Some change is involved. Changeless, avikriya. Sambandha, minimum two are required for having a relation or connection. Advitiya. One more, the words can describe what is called Rudi. Rudi is, that is something which is conventionally accepted. Like something called ditham. Some idols called ditham. There's nothing called ditham word there. But by customarily, oh, this is called ditham, which is available for perception. You perceive something and call by something, X, Y, Z, alpha, beta, gamma. Possible by mutual acceptance. But such a thing should be available for perception. Brahma is not available for perception, imperceptible. So words are out. So that means the case it is napi vacha griyati. It cannot be described by the words. Nor annaihi devaihi nagriyati. By other devas, they are not deities here. Jyotanatmaka devaha means indriyas. By other senses, not mentioned so far, like chakshu, etc. By other indriyas also, it cannot be known. Na tapasa karmana va, nor can it be gained by tapas. Tapas is a certain disciplined karma, vows, etc. Because varieties of tapas, ascetic practice are there, which can or which are capable of gaining very high results. They can't help here. Karmana va, nor by laukika karma, worldly activities, or Vaidika karma, it cannot be gained. Because karma can produce something, or it can reach something, it can get hold of something, or it can purify something. So these are the results of karma. Akshara Brahma doesn't fit in this category. So we'll see about this next time more.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरु